The reason most presentations fail is because people have been taught how to build authority in the wrong way. So in this video, I'll show you the 3 phrases that actually build authority and get you presenting more, even if you hate it. But first, there's a problem. As I have translated my career as a storyteller and a presenter to leaders and executives and business owners, I've noticed that most people try to establish authority with something that seems like it should work, but it doesn't. And I learned this myself when I was performing magic at a huge nightclub. I wanted the audience to enjoy my performance, get what I was doing, and I wanted them to like me. So I walked out on stage and introduced myself and started bantering. From the back, some drunken fool yelled, "Get on with it!" It surprised me, and it hurt my feelings, and it got me quite red in the face. But he was right. I took the stage trying to get something from the audience without giving them what they came to see. I was trying to make friends. I was trying to be nice. And we do that in business environments too. We start a meeting with chit-chat, a bit of friendliness to break the ice. You might call it being nice, but it kills your authority. Whether you're a CEO or a team lead or running your own business, there's a better way to present from stage or in a meeting. And we're going to dial that in starting right now. Really comes down to 3 phrases that you can lean on throughout the presentation. Get into why you are there right away with this first phrase, and then watch things align around your authority. So that story I told you about the nightclub and some guy yelling, "Get on with it," that moment changed the way I understood presenting. I stopped starting shows and I started entering them. Because an entrance does one thing. It snaps people out of normal life. An entrance ends the trance. It stops the room from doing that half listening where they're still in their own head or maybe on their phones, and it quietly communicates, "You're safe. Someone's driving." So instead of warming up with explanations and greetings and "please like me" moments, I'd walk out and create something immediately. Something unmistakable. Not a "hey guys, so here's what I'm thinking," more like "watch this." And the audience could feel it. Oh, this guy's in control. Leaders need this process. In a meeting, your entrance isn't a joke or a slide deck. It's not a long runway. It's one sentence that ends the drift and points the room in a direction. "Here's what we're doing." That sentence creates authority because it removes the guessing. People actually feel relief because now there's a path, not just opinions. So instead of opening with, "Okay, I'm just thinking maybe we could," you say, "Here's what we're doing. We're shipping this simple version Friday, and then we'll improve next week." Or maybe, "Here's what we're doing. For the next 2 weeks, onboarding is the priority. Everything else waits." That's leadership. You take the stage. And you don't stop at the declaration. Real authority is declaration first, and then a signal that tells the room, "I'm not steamrolling you." So once you've made your entrance, once you've said, "Here's what we're doing," there's a temptation to think, "Well, that's my job. It's all done." But it's not. Because there's a second way that leaders lose authority, and it's sneakier. They don't lose it by being unclear. They lose it by being certain and then being proven wrong in public. The fix isn't to retreat into, guys, what do you think?" and then handing the steering wheel away. The fix is a single question that keeps you in control while pulling the best information out of the room. Let me show you. I've watched leaders make a call and then toss out, "Any thoughts?" And what do you think they get? Opinions, politics, people performing about how smart they are. The loudest person in the room takes over. The cautious people go quiet, and your clean direction turns back into noise. But I've watched great leaders do something different. The same pressure, the same decision, but they keep the call and they collect signal. Instead of asking for opinions, they ask for observations. Instead of "what do you think?" they ask, "what do you see?" Because think turns the room into a debate club. See turns the room into a radar system. So here's phrase 2. "Here's what I need from you, and what are you seeing?" That's authority. Because it tells a team, "This is what I need you to do," and then it lets them know, "I'm driving, but I'm not blind." Here's what it might sound like in real life. "Here's what we're doing. We're shipping the simple version on Friday," and then immediately, "Here's what I need from you. Get the logistics handled, but what are you seeing?" Notice what's happening. You're not asking permission to lead. You're directing and then collecting information so your leadership gets sharper. So here's the rule. Ask for observations, not votes. Don't say, "What do you guys think?" Say, "What are you seeing?" Because that one question does 2 things at once. First, it upgrades your decision with real data. And 2, it makes people feel respected without turning the meeting into a committee. Try this. Here's what we're doing. Now tell me, what are you seeing that could derail this? That's leadership direction. That's signal. And then you say, and here's what I need from you with your instruction on what they need to do to fulfill their part. The third phrase is the difference between a leader who gets polite agreement and a leader who gets real movement, like real buy-in. And if you get buy-in, presenting becomes super enjoyable. Now, even when you're clear, even when you ask for signal, people still hesitate for one reason. They're not scared of the work, they're scared of the risk. Not the business risk, but the personal risk. If this blows up, am I the name that gets attached to it? There was a show where I wanted to try something new, a new routine, a new moment. It was super high stakes on stage in front of hundreds of people. And right before we went on, one of my team pulled me aside and said, basically, okay, if this fails, I'm the one out there holding the bag. Like literally, they'd be on stage holding a bag all by themselves. And I remember thinking, of course you feel that way. In most environments, the second something goes wrong, everybody stops solving the problem and starts scanning the room for someone to pin it on. So I told them something, and you could feel the shift immediately. Their shoulders relaxed, the hands got steady, they moved faster, and they were all in. I said, here's my promise. If this goes wrong, it's on me. And I have an out. That's phrase number 3. And yeah, it sounds simple, but it's rare because a lot of leaders want the credit when it works and then they distance themselves when it doesn't. This does the opposite. It creates authority because it tells your people, I'm not asking you to risk your reputation to protect mine. Here's how it fits with the first 2 phrases. You start with direction, here's what we're doing, and then you collect signal. Here's what I need from you, and what are you seeing? And then you add cover. If it goes wrong, it's on me. That third line is what unlocks speed, because now people can execute without self-protection. What does it sound like in business? In a meeting, it might sound like, here's what we're doing. We're shipping version 1 on Friday. Now I need you to get the logistics arranged, but what are you seeing? Here's my promise. If we miss and we made good faith calls, I'll take the heat. You stay focused on execution. People don't move fast because you're the world's best Tony Robbins impersonator. They move fast because you protect them. Authority isn't pressure, it's cover. So when you want your team to act fast, say, here's my promise. If this goes wrong, it's on me. And mean it. Because when the leader carries the risk, the team can carry the work. So here's the 3-phrase order. 1, here's what we're doing. 2, here's what I need from you. And what are you seeing? And then 3, here's my promise. If this goes wrong, it's on me. Use that sequence in your next meeting and pay attention to what changes. The room settles down, the side conversations stop, and you feel your authority kicking in. And if you want the next layer, how the top 1% of leaders use story to make people care and commit, watch this next video.